10 extreme moments caught on security cameras. Number 1. The terrifying torrent. This first clip is from Yanan City, China. It had been pouring rain like crazy for days, and the whole place was getting hammered by this torrential downpour. Almost 1 million people felt the impact of this disaster. On July 13 of 2013, 4 locals were driving along a treacherous mountain road near Yanan City, thinking everything was normal. Little did they know that the next few moments would be etched into their memories forever. Watch closely as their car creeps forward. Suddenly, with an earth-shattering force, a massive mudslide engulfs the vehicle. It's a horrifying sight, the kind that sends shivers down your spine. The street camera struggles to keep up with the violent chaos. Dust and debris fill the air, obscuring the view, but you can just about make out the faint glow of their taillights disappearing into the darkness. Against all odds, 2 brave men managed to emerge from the wreckage, disoriented and shaken to their core. And here comes the third, tumbling out after a harrowing struggle. It's a miracle that they made it out alive. Their faces tell a tale of sheer shock and disbelief. For a moment, the landslide subsides, leaving behind a scene of devastation. It seems impossible that anyone could have survived such a calamity. Yet, against all odds, these 3 survivors gathered themselves, their instincts kicking in. They first scan the mountainside, ensuring no further danger looms. Then they decide to go back and rescue their 4th companion. China, with its heavy rainfall, is no stranger to landslides like this. It's a land of constant danger, where near-death experiences have become alarmingly frequent. Number 2. Dodging death. Harbin is a metropolis and capital of Heilongjiang province in China. This place, nestled in the northeastern part of the country, is a lot like the creepy corners of northeastern Canada. The winter and fall months bring snowstorms that cover the streets in a slushy mess. Massive icicles dangle menacingly from the skyscrapers, as if they're waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Now, watch closely as the camera pans over 2 unsuspecting guys casually chatting outside an office building. Little did they know their lives were about to take a terrifying turn. Suddenly, a colossal block of ice comes plummeting down from above, narrowly missing the 2 men. Phew, that was a close call. Kudos to them though. They quickly realize the danger and wisely make a swift exit from the danger zone. If we slow down the footage, you can really grasp the sheer size of that icy projectile. Let me tell you, these falling icicles are no laughing matter. While they might not be sharp enough to slice through your skin, they pack a mean punch. They can leave you bruised and broken, or if you're really unlucky, give you a skull-crushing concussion. Yikes! According to the CDC, America alone sees over 1 million ice-related injuries each year. Now, we can't say for certain how many of those are a result of falling icicles, but let me tell you, it's definitely not something to be taken lightly. Number 3. Gas Station Inferno. Now, if you got a phobia of gas stations going boom, you might want to look away. It's May 15th, 2022, and drivers at a local gas station in Saudi Arabia are innocently waiting in line to fuel up their cars and trucks. But here's the thing. Keep your gaze fixed on the left side of the screen, where the reserve tank area resides. That's where the real horror unfolds. Out of nowhere, a white sedan casually drives by, oblivious to the impending danger that awaited them. Little did they know, they narrowly escaped a catastrophe. Brace yourselves, because mere moments later, boom. The reserve tank area erupts in a violent explosion, launching chunks of concrete into the air. Thick black smoke engulfs the gas station, turning it into a scene straight out of the gates of hell. Just look at those tops flying off like rockets as the pressure inside reaches its breaking point. And then, in the blink of an eye, the entire place goes up in flames. It's a terrifying sight, my friends. Now, from what we've gathered, it seems that the reserve tanks decided to explode due to scorching temperatures in the area. But here's the kicker. With limited news available of Saudi Arabia, we can't say for sure what exactly caused this hellish inferno. Number 4. The Miraculous Escape. This one's an unbelievable tale from the streets of Long An, a bustling city in southeastern Vietnam. Now, This place is home to around 171,000 people, and you guessed it, one incredibly lucky dude. It's July 5th, 2022, and a middle-aged man fueled by a few too many drinks decides to embark on a late-night stroll. Little did he know that his path would lead him to a fateful encounter with the north-south railway tracks. Now, this guy was so wasted that he failed to realize the crossing arms were down and a train was hurtling his way. Talk about a dangerous situation. But hold your breath, because what happens next is truly the luckiest moment of his life. Standing guard at that very moment was Trevanta, a 33-year-old rail crossing worker with a simple yet crucial task, lowering the crossing arms when a train approaches. Just as our intoxicated friend tries to pull off a daredevil move and duck under the arm, he clumsily trips and smacks his face right on the ground. Vanta springs into action without a moment's hesitation. He swiftly grabs the disoriented man and pulls him off the tracks, saving him from certain disaster. Seconds later, the train zooms by, missing the stumbling drunkard by a hair's breadth. The guy can barely stand on his own 2 feet, and we can only imagine the earful Vanta gives him about rail crossing safety. Apparently, our lucky survivor claims he was just strolling over to buy some cigarettes and mistakenly thought the train was much farther away. Number 5. River Drama Unleashed. It's April 8th, 2021. Workers are hard at work, loading up a barge with minerals and sediment from the riverbed. But here's where things take a turn. Someone's assigned to the important task of keeping an eye on that barge, making sure it doesn't get overloaded. Well, let's just say they didn't quite nail it. Fast forward to the jaw-dropping footage that came out later. You won't believe it, but that person responsible for watching the barge got the boot. Yep, they were fired. And trust me, it's not hard to see why once you witness the chaos that unfolded. The moment that barge snapped, it was like a scene out of a disaster movie. The workers nearby had their hearts in their throats, but luckily the barge didn't crash into the dock like the Titanic. Phew, and let's give a round of applause to that daredevil who made that death-defying jump between the sinking ship and the pier. Number 6. Fireworks Fiasco. It's July 4th, 2022, and a Nebraska family decides to have a fireworks extravaganza right in their front yard. They've got a car full of fireworks, all perfectly legal in Nebraska, and they start lighting them up one by one in the street. Now, you know when someone jinxes a situation by saying something like, "He hasn't missed a kick in 7 games," and then bam, the player misses the kick? Well, this woman accidentally jinxes her whole family. Number 7. The ground gives way. Enshi is a small city in central China. It's a beautiful place in the King River, a popular spot for summer tourism. But on December 27, 2019, the peaceful stroll of the locals was interrupted by a thunderous crash. It turns out a massive sinkhole had opened up right in the middle of the street. The CCTV footage doesn't quite do justice to the size of that sinkhole, but once bystanders started recording on their phones, you could see just how massive it was. Luckily, there were no reported injuries, but the road had to be closed for repairs until the new year. Seems like the ground beneath the road couldn't handle the wear and tear. Number 8. A wake-up call from Mother Nature. On May 2, 2023, a 5.2 magnitude earthquake rocked the southwestern city of Boshan in China. It happened in the dead of night when most people were fast asleep. CCTV cameras scattered throughout the city managed to capture the brief but terrifying quake. Just a few seconds, but imagine the fear and destruction that can happen in such a short time. It's a reminder of the power of nature and how vulnerable we can be. Number 9. Dock Disaster. This famous state in India called Gujarat boasts the most coastline in the country and is a major port hub. But on August 28, 2019, a truck driver had a major mishap at the dock. Everything seemed normal at first as the truck came down the ramp, but then the driver tried to make a turn, and the truck nearly tipped over before plunging right into the water. Talk about a heart-stopping moment. Fortunately, the driver and passenger escaped with minor injuries, but their cargo sank to the bottom of the Arabian Sea. Number 10. Panic at the Pool. Vila Velha is a coastal resort town in Brazil. Beautiful beaches, luxury buildings, and a lovely hotel pool. Or maybe not so lovely. On April 22, 2021, residents of a beachfront building noticed a strange gas smell coming from the pool whenever it heated up. Sensibly, they decided to stay out of the pool until they figured out the issue. Well, turns out that was a wise move because at around 10 o'clock that night, the bottom of the 75-foot pool collapsed. Water cascaded down to the parking lot, flooding the first level of the building. Thankfully, all 270 residents were safely evacuated to nearby hotels. The building was later deemed structurally sound and residents returned, but they never did figure out the source of that mysterious gas smell. That's all for this video. Which of these tragic scenes shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more like it. See you in the next one.